Góðan daginn! Merry Christmas! Yeah, well, Christmas was a few days ago, but hey! The old Christmas is until the 13th of... No? Wait. English, you have 12 days of Christmas. In Icelandic, we have the 13th day. So that is Christmas, Old Christmas, until 6th of January. So it's still Merry Christmas. That's my excuse. Yeah, I just realized the other day that I have not been wearing my Christmas-themed clothing of December. I wore my Halloween-themed clothing all of October. I completely forgot about my Christmas clothes, so that opportunity escaped me, but it's always next year. So, disclaimer, I did not knit this sweater. This is a sweater from Boohoo, but I absolutely adore it. I've had it now for like 2 years. Look how cute it is. I know what they did last Christmas. I just absolutely love the grey color. Like usually with Christmas like Yule sweaters and Christmas sweaters, like something like this. Who made you? Premier, right? I mean, something more like this feels more like festive. I've been wearing this one like at work and at home. So I've been wearing them, but I just haven't been wearing them for videos, so there's that. Yes. Wait, I hadn't introduced myself yet. Keep forgetting that. Alright, introductions. My name is Guldu. This is my podcast, the project pile, because I have projects and they are in piles. In this podcast, I talk about yarn, knitting, crocheting, what I'm doing, what I'm casting on, what my plans are. I do talk quite a bit about the weather because it does affect everything that I do. Like, you may be able to hear maybe the TV, probably. You may also hear some of the well, it's not quite storm, but we are on code yellow right now, so it's windy. So you may be able to hear the wind. So yeah. Wait, there's nothing else. But yeah, I do talk a lot. Kinda. A lot of the time. But yeah, so clothes. Apparently is also a thing that I like to talk about because because I really want to show you my Christmas dress. This is another Boohoo dress that I got like, I think it's about 4 years or something like that. Got it on sale. This is the only reason I got it. I also got it because I absolutely... Listen, I am not very fond of like, what you call in English, paljettur. These things, these little thingies, I am not a big fan of them. And this dress is nothing but it's nothing but these things. In my mind, it is ugly. And I love it. Ever since I got it, I've worn it for every single Christmas. Like every... Alright, so Iceland, the biggest Christmas day, it's not Christmas Day, it's the night before, on the 24th. So that's when we... Because in Iceland, Christmas arrives at 6 o'clock, punctual, just on the dot. That's when all the church bells ring and the, you know, the formal introduction or words escape me. How do I put it? They always ring the church bells and broadcast them on the radio so everyone can hear them, because Christmas is punctual in Iceland. It's been a running joke, like, Iceland is not punctual unless on Christmas, and it's just on the dot. It's the only time of the year. And on midnight, on New Year's, you know, when the year changes, like, that's the second time of the year that we are punctual. It's like, these 2 times, we will, yes. So it's on the evening on the 24th, or the day of Advent. Christmas arrives at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. We have our feast. Often there's a family gathering. That hasn't really been a tradition in my family, mostly because we're all just everywhere and everyone has their own families, and well, that's just how things are. But obviously 2020 has put a damper on things for most everyone, like Facebook with their FaceTime and their Zoom and everything. Skype has been a lifesaver for many families. And then after the feast and after you're done the dishes, because you have to do the dishes, then you go and get around the Christmas tree and everyone gets their packages and gifts, and so it's just cozy. It's nice and cozy. And therefore, on the Advent, I always, since I got this dress, I have worn it. It is atrocious. It's a crime against nature. Like, this is not good for nature. I actually get guilty every time I have to wash it, because you can bet that something is gonna fall off and just go into the ecosystem. But this is not a one-off. It will be worn until it falls apart. So I love it. I love it. It's so ugly, I love it. But yeah, different strokes for different folks. So, knitting. I actually haven't done a lot. So with my Saga fléttu, so pretty, I love this pattern. But last week has been busy, so I've only managed to do like 2 or 3 rounds. I'm still like, oh, hairs. I'm still just working here. But well, that's okay, that's fine. It will be finished at some point, like before the end of winter. Because when this is, so I'm on the, I think I'm on the 7th round. Then I need to do 20 rounds altogether with the Álafosslopi, which is this thicker yarn. And I will switch over to the Léttlopi, and that's like, I can't remember. So that's 12, 17, 18 rounds. No, wait, 19 rounds of the Léttlopi. So this year. And then I'm done. So that means there's only 32. I only got 32 rounds to finish before I can, you know, put away the ends and give this sweater a wash, and then start wearing it with my green dresses, because this shade of red with my 2 green long dresses is gonna be so adorable. I'm gonna be so happy wearing it. And it's just, but that doesn't mean that I haven't managed to do anything. And I did manage to, listen, this, are you right side up? Yes, you're right side up. Alright, so this from Rainbow Glitter in the silver from Hobby, that I got last week? Can't remember. Anyway, so absolutely lovely. I did start on the red with the silver because we have, alright, so we live in an apartment complex, and in our staircase we have, well, there are 6 flats, but there are 5 occupied. So we have a shared staircase, or stairwell, how we put it, and a foyer with the post box and all that. And we decided, because the foyer is kind of like empty and it's kind of like cold and bland, so we always decorate a little bit. Happily, our neighbors are you know, they encourage it, they're happy with it, which is the entire purpose of it. So this year we decided to buy a small green tree to put downstairs. And then we found some old red decorations to put on it. And then I got this yarn out because I figured that silver would be a little bit better with this tree because of the shade of it. And I crocheted 8 of these and put it on the tree. This, I will link this pattern down below because it's from the Drops, the garn studio. This one I made last Friday night when I was FaceTiming with 2 of my sisters, and I really want to show them, you know, this is a really quick make. So I did make some mistake, but no one is going to notice. Like, no one is gonna pick this up and be like, and if someone is gonna do that, I mean, that's not my problem, that's their problem. It's not a me problem. And so yeah, these are so quick and easy to make. And the pattern is so simple to memorize. I absolutely adore it. Of course, I've made, you know, 9 so far, and there is literally no change in the scheme. Like, there's a little bit in the middle, but like, there's hardly any yarn that goes into it. You do use a 3.5mm crochet hook. And the original pattern, they use their own Drops yarn. I can't remember what yarn it is, but it is a wool-based one, so it's a little bit different. But, you know, I have so much of the cotton, Christmas cotton from Hobby that I really want to use that one, so I did. So, that's what I've been doing. Where do I go next? Let's go with Christmas presents. So, you remember this set from Knit Pro? The silver rose, no wait. I can't remember the name of it. It's a rose something. Absolutely gorgeous set. I gifted another set of this to my oldest sister because I know that she likes knitting, and that's the set that I've been using where I can, doing the round knitting on the sweater. And these are so lovely. She's gonna love using these knitting needles. It's just, I feel spoiled using them. In return, she got me a knitting book. She got me this one. So I know I have at least 2 of Lena Holm Samse, the author. I know that I have 2 of her books, but I feel like I have a 3rd one as well, but I can't find that one. But this book has so many lovelinesses. Just, I love it. And obviously, like, oh, I love this one. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's quick. You use circle needle number 6 and double point needles number 5, so quick. Now I did obviously oh, and this one, I love this one too. That is so pretty. Now I did obviously flip through straight away as soon as I could get away to just look at things. And I did manage to find 2 patterns for which I do have yarn. So this called Poof. This uses Sanscan. No wait, that actually uses mohair yarn, hand dyed by Sabina Siesto. I have no idea. But what I do have is my Sanscan silk mohair, which I think I will be able to substitute. I think. I hope. So yeah, I think I should be able to. So I finally have a pattern for which I can use some of my silk mohair. But also, there is... I always have... Oh, there's also this one. I love it. It's so pretty and colorful. Like, called Rainbow. Wonder why. I also really want to... Oh, and these... I have shown you another book by her. She does these leafy, like, light airy patterns really well. Like, you see those and you're like, is that home? I think that's home. Oh yeah, this one. The hat. And these, okay, these are made by Svenska Kors, which is a lifesaver because I purchased some years ago, I did have 4. I had a pink one, but I already made like a neck cover. Oh, I'm gonna link it down below. Because I cannot remember the name of it, but I also had these 3, and I was considering making like more of those neck covers, but like always the same. So in this pattern for the hat, they use 2. So I'm like, hallelujah, that means I can actually use focus please. I actually think that these 2 would go well together, like this in the base color and this in the pattern. So that's the lifesaver. So that's on the project pile. New on the project pile. I'm still like planning, because I need to make it before next summer, my version of this Katla. This is made with a type of loppy called Innband, which is very, very thin type of Icelandic wool. Very thin. So, because a friend of mine made a version of this using silk mohair, and she made it in like, not this lovely stripiness, like so cute. No, she used 3 colors in like blocks, and I've been in love with that like cardigan in like for years now. So it is still on. But I'm gonna make Katla using these 3 colors. These are just too pretty not to use, and that's the entire reason why I bought an entire bag of mohair. Like, it was on 50% discount, but like, this was the biggest reason. As for the poof that I showed you, the lovely puffiness, and of course lost it straight away because I put it away. Right, this one, like, this is variegated, and I've in according to the weight, it uses like 150 grams of yarn. These 3, 150 grams of yarn. These should be really pretty. But I also have these 3. That's the wind. And I think these would be really, really pretty because the color combination. Oh, why aren't you focusing, sweet? There we go. Color, like the variation of color in this would be so pretty in that sweater. I really wish I had one more ball of these, because that would fit better with like the color in the book, but that's okay. I only have these 2. But yeah. So all in all, I could make that poof twice. Like, if I like the pattern, I could make it twice. So down you go to these. Thank you. Yeah, so there's a lot for me to make in the upcoming year. Also because I went over my because I'm now officially in a yarn barn. I wish. I'm in a ban. I'm not allowed to buy more yarn. this is fine. I know that I can't justify buying any more yarn. I need to use up what I have. And I have so many patterns that I want to make. I have so many books that I still haven't made anything from. And I think it's raining right now. Like, it's okay, let's talk about the weather for a little bit. Because yesterday, we had an absolutely wonderful snowfall. It was like, I think it was about this thick snow. So when I go to sleep, winter wonderland. When I wake up, rain. The rain has washed everything away. It's raining right now. It's supposed to turn to sleet, which I think is turning to sleet. I mean, judging from the colors outside. And then it's gonna snow again. In the evening and until tomorrow and... But yeah. Let's see, what do you say? Oh, 21 minutes. I managed to talk for more than 20 minutes. Oop. But yeah. So, did I have... Oh. I did brush my hair, but... Still catching some hairs. Okay, right, that's enough. Let's see. Right, so I have the catalog to make. I have this poof to make. On top of everything else in my project book. Still have so many things to continue working on, like all the blankets that I haven't actually touched. All the shawls and scarves and it's fun. But yeah. So I really want to continue making these hearts and maybe something else. Like, because I have so much yarn, Christmas yarn to work with. It will be so much fun to be like able to just cover everything in like handmade decorations. Let's see. So yeah. Still working on that one. I have the yarn for this one, but this is definitely gonna be a long-term project because of all the patterns. And then I have the yarn for 2 versions of these. This one, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm still missing 2 of the colors to make this one. Like, I want to make this scarf in this color because it's so pretty. There's so many things to make. Yeah. Like, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm actually pretty happy. I'm like... The unfortunate side effect of having so much to knit and crochet is that I don't have as much time to read. On Goodreads, there is a yearly reading challenge that you put for yourself. Usually I manage to read about 100 books. Last year I struggled, so this year I only put myself the challenge of reading 60 books, which in a normal year is super easy. I had to change my challenge, I think like last night or night before that, to 40. Because I'm still at like 36 books and there's less than a week left of the year. I'm like, I should be able to manage to read 4 books. Like, just read like The Wind or something. Like, or finish some of the books that I am reading, so... This is a luxury problem. Because I realized a lot of people, they want to read like 5 books or 10 or 12 books, and I'm like complaining because I can't read 60. But I plan to finish 40s, and that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be enough. So yeah. Is this the last video before the new year? I think so. I don't think I'll be able to like have anything for like, when's the new year? New Year is next Friday. We'll see. We'll see what we manage. But other than that, like 2020 has been a really interesting year. We've been facing pandemics. We've been facing so many things. Like, and a lot of things I just It's been a lot this year. But as for me personally, I don't have much to complain about, honestly. Like, I have this channel on which I've been able to just talk about this particular hobby of just yarn and loving yarn and experiencing yarn and, you know, sharing my love of yarn with a lot of people who also love yarn, who love knitting, who love crocheting, who love just exploring yarn, because yarn is so many things. Yarn is so interesting, and just the history of yarn. And okay, now I'm going off on a rant, but the politics of yarn, the societal norms about yarn, the cultural aspect of yarn, something that a lot of the time you just think is, oh well, it's just a thing, it's just yarn. But no, yarn is so many things, it has so many meanings. This wind is getting real really heckin' annoying. I'm so glad to be inside today. But yeah, so for me personally, there has been this channel that has actually helped keep me fairly organized and just consistent. This is a happy turn event, because usually I'm just like, nope. So it's good. This channel has been helping me a lot. Also with just speaking and working more towards like, that's a way of putting it. Like, it's been years since I decided it's okay if people don't understand me. It's okay if people don't agree with me. It's okay if people don't listen, because heaven knows I'm not able to listen often myself. But having this camera on a tripod in front of me and just talk, it does help me just stay happy. Because I know that there are people out there who actually listen. That came out so weird, but particularly with 2020, because with this like podcast, I'm not, and the phone agrees because I never remember to turn it off before shooting. But anyway, because the major drawback of 2020 for me personally, and this is a luxury problem, I fully understand, apart from having to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart and douse your hands and sanitizer and having to buy several hand lotions because my hands just dry up. And apart from all that, my biggest the biggest drawback of this year has been that I haven't been able to go on knit nights in my local yarn store, because it just hasn't been feasible. So this has been my biggest outlet for my love of yarn and knitting and just community. Because I just checked this morning and suddenly there's 110 of you. Where did it come from? But yeah, that actually, yeah, it does make me really, really happy. Also the happiness of knowing that I am having positive or negative influence on you and influencing you to buy yarn that I have and I know is good and that I love, and I know that some of you also have it. That makes me insanely happy. It's like, you have the thing that I have. It's so cool. So cool. I love it. But yeah, so that's a really, really long roundabout way of saying thank you. Thank you for staying with me in 2020, for meeting me and saying hello. Now I suddenly feel really, really shy. But yeah, thank you for 2020. If this is probably gonna be the last video of 2020, so next video, whether I shoot on Saturday or Sunday, I'm shooting this on Sunday because hey, but next video will be the first of 2021. 2020 will be over. Woohoo! So yeah, thank you for last year. Thank you for watching me, Rambo, but I think. I'm gonna wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, whether it's Yule or Hanukkah or all of the others that I can't remember, I'm sorry. And a Happy New Year, and I'll meet you again on the New Year. Thank you. Bless, bless.